appropriately operate to keep them out of residential neighborhoods. Why did they invest so much time and effort? Because they wanted to get it right, not rush through a policy in a few weeks. They understood the importance to preserve neighborhood character, maintain the stability of permanent owner-occupied residents, and avoid the revolving door of strife.
So now, unfortunately, we watched every historical movie I can find.
I'm sure Washington's pretty good.
The only thing that I didn't like is that they really only covered Washington and they stopped it. So maybe a sequel.
That's a recipe. The Great Awakening's like the same thing. It's what led. It's what.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I thought you were making
The
a
Great
joke.
Awakening is what led up to the revolution.
And that's been in the theaters.
It's not. It's out though.
Okay, right. I feel really dumb that I thought it was a He-Man movie because we were watching that last night.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
No, actually, I now call to order the City Council of the City of Baytown and the Baytown Municipal Development District joint meeting on Thursday, July 23rd at 2026 at 6:30 p.m. in the council chamber. At 6 o'clock, an announcement of quorum at 6:30, an announcement of quorum at 6:35. We're going to start with pledge and invocation led by Council Member District 1, Laura Alvarado.
Thank you, Mayor. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please join me in prayer. So, Lord, we ask for your blessings on this agenda set forth before us today, and for those who have been called to lead our community in which we live, work, and play. Grant us the wisdom to govern, the ability to work together in harmony, even when there is honest disagreement, and the decisions we make are fair and just. We pray for our community members who have been traveling throughout the summer break as they come back and ready for a new school year. Finally, enable us to show gratitude and care for all who put their lives second to ours, and remind us daily to pray for them. This we pray to you. Amen.
Amen. start off with citizen comment. Do we have anyone signed up to speak? Good deal. Okay, the purpose of citizen comment is to give all interested citizens the right to express their views. Everyone desiring to speak should have either signed the appropriate list for you or emailed the city clerk prior to the posted time of this meeting. Each citizen shall give his or her name and address in order to provide a proper record of these comments. The rules allow each person 1 minute to speak. A citizen may pass his or her time to another person who has requested to address council. However, no citizen remarks shall exceed 3 minutes in total. Either the 1 minute or the 3 minute limit may be extended by a majority vote of council. I encourage everyone to be as brief and to the point as possible. Please keep in mind, council cannot discuss or deliberate on items for which public notice has not been given on this agenda. We're going to start with Mr. Steve White, and you have time ceded to you for Miss Mary Linton, so you're going to get a total of 2 minutes. Please state your address.
Yes, my name's Steve White. I reside at 2439 Bay Hill Drive in Evergreen Fairways subdivision, Baytown, Texas. Tonight, I'd like to briefly call attention to an oversight made at the City Council meeting held on July 9th, 2026. After the public comments were completed and Council discussed the idea of issuing permits allowing short-term rentals throughout Baytown, Council was told they had two options: keep the current special use permit process or approve the proposed regulation to allow STRs throughout Baytown. This is where the oversight occurred. If you look at the copy of the slide that Mr. Scribner presented to Council, there were other options available. I would like to call your attention to the third bullet point, make amendments to proposed regulations. The second point below that is restrict to certain zoning districts. If this option had been discussed and approved by council, this entire brouhaha over STRs in residential neighborhoods could have been avoided. I would like to ask the Baytown City Council to revisit the vote made on July 9th and discuss all options available. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next, we have Sergio Valverde. Sergio. Okay, moving on to the next person. David Barfor. And you're giving your time to Ms. June Stansky. Ms. Stansky, you have 2 minutes, and would you please provide your address?
Good evening. Jean Stansky, 4601 Driftwood Drive, Baytown, Texas, 77521. I just met David Barhar this evening, and he doesn't want to speak. So he said I could speak for him. He's, again, like myself, upset that MBEC is going in on Decker Drive. It should be up on Interstate 10. I heard him say that, and I said I agreed with him. And on Interstate 10, we would have greater access to hotels, so the visitors could stay in hotels in Baytown, and we could get Baytown occupancy taxes. The location on Decker Drive is not near a hotel. It's near 146, though, so people can jump on 146 and go give their occupancy taxes to LaPorte, because it's going to be a lot better than driving up and down Garth Road for them. Originally, of course, Vector was supposed to be off of I-10, but without any studies on the current area that it's being proposed, or I guess you guys have pretty much rubber stamped everything, it's not a good location. The hospital didn't make it. Exxon paid, Mr. David said, Exxon paid to explode the hospital. So it's not a great location. I can tell you that. My office is right there. So if there's any way in the world to move it back to Interstate 10, I would be really grateful. But I know you guys aren't going to be doing that. Ladies, guys, all of you. So again, we just want our voices heard again, saying, please build it off I-10.
Thank you. Next, we have Mr. David Isaac. Please state your address.
David Isaac, 1009 North Pruitt. I hail from Baytown, Texas. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor and Council. I appreciate the comments from my esteemed colleague, Dr. Stansky, about MBEC, and I just want to say for the record that the location that has been placed for MBEC is finalized, and this thing isn't going back. The community needs to get on board, get into the current part of the process that we are in right now. That's taking surveys, that's getting community input, that's trying for us to not impede progress in going back. While I respect the work that Dr. Stansky does, and I respect the point of views from everyone, including my new friend tonight, Mr. David Barfield, I do want to say for the record that we need more ambassadors and we need more champions to improve the process of MBEC, the ExxonMobil Event Center, located on this side of town of which that looks for equity, this side of town that looks for business development, this side of town that has lots of kids that are looking to get involved in sports, looking to get involved with new technology at the library, and looking for what is best for Baytown. If we want what's best for Baytown, I think we should get on board between MBEC right now, and we should make our voices heard and what should be there, not where it could have been. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There being no one else desiring to speak, this now concludes the citizen comment portion of this agenda. Moving on to 2A, receiver present. Oh, wrong one. Moving on to 2A, consider approving the minutes of the City Council and Municipal Development District regular joint meeting held on June 25th, 2026. I need a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consider a resolution adopting the Baytown Municipal Development District fiscal year 2026-2027 budget. Ms. McKenzie.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This budget remains the same as presented previously, with 9.9 million in revenue, 8.9 in expenditures, and the ending working capital of 3.9 million. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions or comments? None? Okay, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. On to 3A, consider approving the minutes of the City Council work session and the City Council Municipal Development District joint meeting held on June 25th, 2026. I need a motion.
Motion to approve minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 4A, presentations. Baytown's 20th Annual Greedo Fest is scheduled for Saturday, October 3rd, 2026 at Bicentennial Park. Mr. Clifford Hatch.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Clifford Hatch, Parks, Rec, and Tourism. I'm lucky to be here tonight with longtime MC for our Greedo Fest, Jacob Schaefer, as well as our Vice Chair of our Parks Board, Augustine Laredo, who, by the way, have both been involved in this for 19 years, going to be 20 years very soon here. So we wanted to bring awareness to you, announce the headliners, and listen to Jacob do his Greedo for you. So without further ado.
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for allowing us to come up here and speak. We're very excited this year. When this started I guess 19 years ago, it was just a project we were thinking of, and I was talking to Cliff a minute ago and telling him that the first year, Scott Johnson was still the director of parks, and he said, all right, you have this much money, and it was this much money, and he says, go raise the rest, and we raised it and looked for bands, and they were real supportive, and then as it's grown, the city, you guys, and especially Parks and Rec has done a great job in helping us grow this, and on behalf of Fred, who couldn't be here today, who is also one of the founders, Jacob and myself, we just want to extend a thank you to you and Parks and Rec and the citizens of Baytown that continue to support this program.
Council, how's everybody doing tonight?
Everybody out there doing okay? Fantastic. So we come with a heart full of joy at this being an event that has happened for 20 years. The opportunity that we've had for 20 years for all of Baytown to come together, to connect, to interact, to become closer as friends as well as family. And I have to say that with that air of joy, we would like to thank you so much for all of your support, for all the things that you've done for us, how you've helped us along the way, and how you've made this town, our town, all of our towns, a better place to live and a better place to exist. A place where we can all be brothers and sisters and siblings, and together we can all come and be a part of something bigger than ourselves. And so we have to thank you for that. It means the world to us. So very quickly, let me go in regards to the bands. We have De Parada, who's going to be our headliner. Amazing band, fantastic. You'd love them. We have La Gran Herencia, which is going to be our band who's going to be playing in the middle slot. Fantastic band. And then Grupo Rebelón, who is an amazing band. We're going to have two ballet folclóricos playing. One of them is from born and bred here in Baytown, local. So that way we have not only the bigger acts from different parts of the world and larger parts of the world, but also our connected heart to what we do here in Baytown. Please do not forget that we have the salsa contest that's coming up, and it's going to be fantastic. We have the Emperador del Acordeon here in Baytown, the Accordion Emperor, who has been doing this once again. We have our folks come out for the 20 years. And, of course, the famous Grito competition. And I want to say at the event that we had last night, I heard a couple of you singing up there, and I was just saying, you know, Ken, I don't know, maybe Franco, you could get up on stage and do a grito for us as well this year. I'm just giving you a challenge, just throwing it down. You know?
I have won a grito contest, just so you know.
Okay, well, maybe
challenge accepted.
Fantastic.
Oh no,
Fantastic.
I don't think you understand, dude. There's no way.
It.
You're not even going to be in. You're not even leading.
Okay, we'll hold you to your word. Now we don't have a dunking booth this year, but maybe next year. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway,
I'm game if you want to do it.
Absolutely. Guys, I want to say once again, thank you for everything. And, of course, here we go, the grito. Grito accomplished.
Baytown Grito Fest 2026 featuring De Paranda. Enjoy delicious food, shop cultural vendors, experience ballet folklorico, mariachi, and more. Take the stage with Grito, Jalapeño, and accordion contests. October 3rd at Bicentennial Park.
On to 5A, municipal budget for fiscal year 2026-2027. See the city's manager's proposed municipal budget and budget message for fiscal year 2026-2027. Ms. McKenzie.
Good evening again. We're happy to present the FY27 proposed budget. As we're presenting, I would like to highlight a few key elements. This budget includes 9.5 new positions across multiple funds, including the reclassification of a part-time and a full-time. We are also funding $13.3 million in supplemental and one-time expenditures covering critical needs such as vehicles, machinery, and equipment. Of this amount, $4.6 million is allocated to the general fund, with $4.3 million of that amount being transferred to the capital replacement fund. This budget also reflects a proposed tax rate of 0.69803, which is the city's current tax rate. It is important to note that we expect to receive Harris County Appraisal District's estimated values on July 24th. These values will be used to complete the tax rate calculations for the proposed budget, so the next budget iteration will be updated to reflect those changes. The FY27 proposed general fund budget reflects $149.9 million in revenues and $155.8 million in expenditures, including $147.7 million as operating. The anticipated year-end fund balance is $38.1 million. This represents an estimated 94 days of operating expenditures, which is a healthy reserve. The FY27 budget also includes a 7.9 utility rate increase to support ongoing infrastructure needs with the city's utility system, as discussed at the last special council meeting. In addition, the FY27 Capital Improvement Program, or CIP, currently totals $102.2 million. It is worth mentioning that this amount is expected to change prior to adoption of the budget, as the staff is pursuing projects with grant opportunities. An updated CIP project list will be provided before the August 13th budget work session. Also, you will also see an increase in the general fund overhead account, where we moved multi-departmental activities from individual departments. And lastly, thank you to all the departments for their continued collaboration and dedication to the city's financial future, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions or comments?
No, I'd just like to, thank you for all. I know this is very difficult every year, and I know the tax rate, it's not been helping y'all do this every year for the past, as we've been lowering the tax rate for y'all. So I appreciate everything you're doing. And if, looking at 2025 versus 2027, the budgets are pretty close. So it means, we're cutting, we're finding the money, and we're doing what's right for the citizens and being a lot more responsible. So I thank y'all for that.
We have one speaker signed up, Ms. Joan Stansky. Please state your address for record.
Still Gene Stansky at 4601 Driftwood Drive. I'm going back to last year's budget, which was more detailed, and I wasn't happy with that one either. But there's a section 1099, professional services, that last year detailed Harris County Transit bus services, which last year were cut by $150,000, and $150,000, and it also includes various different professional services for over $100,000 for several, including a consulting service for Project Vector Arena for $200,000. This year, the budget's a mystery. There are no line items in section 54007, which is professional services. It doesn't list where $1,260,000 is going. It doesn't include the buses. It doesn't include appraisal and evaluation services. It doesn't even say miscellaneous services. It's a total thing. Okay, so you're looking at like page 60 and after. I searched through 240-something pages to find the bus services in this budget. They weren't there. Next, you've given suggested dates for budget meetings on August 4th and 5th and the 13th without times. How can the public attend these things if we don't know what time these meetings are? That would have been a nice little addition to the front page of the budget, but it's not there. And I suggest it would be great if you would hold these meetings at convenient times for us working people. So like maybe the evenings, not in the mornings. And again, I think a line item of over $1 million should have specifications on it. And please, fully fund the buses, go back to the $400,000 rate we had 2 years ago, and provide buses to District 3 and morning routes and weekend routes. So please go back and fully fund the buses to Baytown.
Thank you. Do we know what line item that is
Yes,
for the buses?
the buses were line item 54007.
Go ahead, Teresa.
They're not there now.
So the Harris County Transit is in that line. What happened was we were manipulating the sheet to reduce the data that you receive because sometimes it's, crammed into the book. So what happened was the justification that we hid that column had the actual line item detail versus the description. So we can correct that in the next iteration.
Okay.
It changes the book to about 600 pages, right?
Yes.
It's under Public Works. Yeah. I just wanted.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's there. It's just not in that column.
When you look at it online, can you see it?
No, but we can update it.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
fine.
post
can update it.
we can post the full line item budget online. We're not trying to hide any of this stuff. It's just
Yeah.
it's 600 pages, and so if you want all the details, it's all there. You can look at every check that's been issued and everything else. It's all the data is there.
I think for us, if we go through this day to day and we know everything that has been presented to us, and so we were okay with this condensed
Yes, ma'am.
version, at least for ourselves. But I do agree if public wants access to the full thing, that we should have it posted.
Okay, we
Yeah,
will
we
post
can
it.
update it. The website.
Thank you.
The mayor, one comment on just the fees. Council has given direction in the past that with the planning and development fees, that will just be an ongoing increase for cost of living. That was part of the original conversation. Just to note, it's not labeled here, but those will also be approved for the increase for planning and development fees, which will kick off January 1st of 2027. And so going from here on out, January 1st will just be the new updated fees to make sure that we're doing cost of service recovery.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else? Good deal. Well, we're going to consider that budget received. Thank you, Ms. McKenzie. Now we are on to 5B, consider an ordinance setting the date, time, and place for a public hearing regarding the proposed municipal budget for fiscal year 2026-2027. Ms. McKenzie. The public hearing has been set for Thursday, August 27, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. here in the chamber. Any questions or comments?
I just want to say that this is when we set it, so the reason it wasn't posted yet is because we still needed to determine that. We did have some of the ones for the 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's if we felt we needed it, but we went through so much in-depth description during our retreat and the subsequent meeting. And so staff felt that we didn't need the 4, 5, and 6, and that we can do it on August 27th.
Thank you for that, Ms. Alvarado, and just that reminded me. One, thank you very much for stating that. This was an extra post for us of bringing it earlier again, so that it could be out there. And we're just trying to get this out there as quick as we can. And this was sooner than last year as well. And so we're trying to get it out there.
And then,
You're not on.
Jason, I think you're also still kind of waiting for all the estimates to come in from the on what our taxes are
We
going
get
to
our
be.
value. We're supposed to get our values tomorrow, and then we will have our tax rate worksheets. I believe they have to be turned in by Wednesday next week or so. Just next week, they have to be turned in next week to Goose Creek ISD. Only from there will we have a solid understanding of what the revenue is. We have a good estimate of what the revenue would be. Right now, we're seeing cities around the county are experiencing lower values. That could change the conversation for the council and for the citizens, because while we've built this budget at 69,803 as a tax rate, if the values come in lower, the tax rate for the no new revenue rate could be 75. And we just have to see what the values come in at, and it's going to look like a tax. It's going to look like a tax rate increase, But if it's the no new revenue rate at 75, it's not a tax rate increase. We have to wait for all that before we can specifically put stuff out. To Ms. Stansky's to point, yes, we can post the full detail online. We were just trying to get something out there so people can look at it. But just note to Mrs. McKenzie's point, this will most likely change as soon as we get the tax rate documents in.
Yeah, and that's what's kind of, there's a lot of moving parts, and I know we're trying to be as transparent as quickly as we can, but it's a lot of moving parts to move this budget. And Ms. McKenzie, thank you for all the work, because a lot of it is last minute, rushing through a lot of long hours. And this is a busy time of year for you in it, but so there's a lot of moving parts, and I know we want to try to be as transparent as we can to the public, but sometimes we're waiting on others who are just trying to get us that information so we can get this out to you. It's not that we're trying to do anything else. So I appreciate both of y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
We're actually on 5B right now. We're in the middle of a public hearing. We're not on the item yet.
Yep.
Yep.
We're
Yeah.
setting the date for the public hearing.
Yeah.
Anything else on the date for the public hearing? I need a motion.
Motion to approve item 5B.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 5C, consider a resolution setting the dates for the budget work session to discuss the proposed municipal budget for fiscal year 2026, 2027. The budget work section has been set.
There's a discrepancy on the date for the public hearing. I want to make sure that it's the 13th or the 27th through the 13th. That's what we're looking at real quick.
Or the 13th through the 27th.
She would have had to publish it already for the hearing. We publish it right there.
Okay, so that means.
So what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? It's supposed to be, yeah.
What had happened is the budget calendar that's in your book in front of you, on the very first page, it gives you the budget calendar. It says that the public hearing is going to be on August 13th. The city clerk would have already had to post to meet that date. That's why what you have in front of you is correct, that the August 27th date. That's when we're publishing it, but the public hearing will be on August 27th. And so we were just making sure that there was not an error here on posting and establishing the public hearing date. That's all that the conversation was, and I wanted to clarify before we got to the
Okay.
next item.
But what we just approved is correct.
Yeah,
The hearing
yeah,
on the 27th.
Yeah,
We'll have the workshop on the 13th. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
so I'm good to go? Yes, sir. Okay. 5C, consider a resolution setting the dates for the budget work sessions to discuss the proposed municipal budget for fiscal year 2026, 2027. The budget work session has been set for August 13th, 2026, beginning at 4 p.m. and August 27th, 2026, if needed. Is there any discussion? And I'm going to ask that we reconsider the time of this. School starts back on August the 12th, and I'm going to be someone having to pick up my daughter after 4 o'clock. So I'm going to propose that we start this meeting at 5 o'clock or 5:30, so that people who may want to attend the budget and be able to speak are able to attend and not be inconvenienced with work or maybe having to do things with their kids, picking them up from school, with it being the second day of school on the 13th.
And what time are we proposing it right now?
I'm saying either 5 o'clock or 5:30.
So we're just, there's not a time.
So Mayor and Council, just before y'all get into the rest of that additional context, to the mayor's point, the mayor did bring awareness to the fact that school starts on August 12th to me. We had already canceled, or not canceled, the dates on your calendar for August 4th and 5th were yet to be determined on your calendars. If we were going to need those work sessions, we were trying to consolidate meetings and not have those day meetings in the 4th and the 5th. And we felt that the budget conversations had gone so well this year that we could accomplish the budget work sessions during the regularly scheduled council meetings on August 13th and August 27th. And so we were not planning on using the August 4th, but we had held those dates. And so the council does have the opportunity to use August 4th and August 5th because they're already on your calendars, or you can do them on before the council meetings on August 13th and August 27th. Now, the issue is as y'all are aware, each and every year, there are a few council members that go through a lot of the line items, and it takes more than 2 hours to do that. And so that is just a consideration point for y'all to discuss as y'all help determine the date that y'all want to use for the work session.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Well, I really appreciate you thinking about that for the back to school. The little pushback on that for me is, I was going to ask how long these meetings were going to take. The pushback to that is, I know what you said, picking up kids, making sure this is available for the public, but then I was also thinking if we go longer, the same problem is going to happen with them needing to get their kids in bed and get them prepared for that new schedule. So I don't know what's better, trying to go ahead and get it started and get it done quicker
Well,
or earlier.
They have to be signed up before the meeting starts, right?
Yeah.
How are they going to come sign up at 3 o'clock if they're at work?
This is a workshop. We're still having the public hearing during a normal council meeting. And so, I mean, I'm in favor of starting a little earlier here and not having 2 additional meetings on other days. I'd rather consolidate on a single
I
day.
understand that, but citizens want to be able, even at work sessions, we allow citizens to come and speak. And I'm trying to make it at a time where the citizens can come and speak and not have to take off work. Yeah, they can sign up by email, but should we be asking citizens to take off work at 4 o'clock or even 3 o'clock to be here for 4 o'clock to have input on our budget? This is their tax dollars that we're spending. I'm saying we should be having the meeting at a time where they can attend and speak.
What are our options for people to sign up, and does the speaking always have to be at the beginning, or is it's during the work session? It's only going to be one item that we're going to. Sorry, I'm talking out loud. I'm trying to think out loud.
We have work. I mean, I completely agree. I want citizens to be able to have a voice, but we do have to think. I mean, having staff come additional days. There's other
Who
things
also
as
have
well.
kids going back to school.
This is just starting an hour and a half earlier. And again, it's still a workshop. There is a public hearing that is during a normal council meeting. So we're not asking them to come earlier to speak in a public hearing, which is where they provide that feedback.
But they can provide that also. This is giving them more opportunities to voice their opinion.
I understand, Mayor, but I do agree starting at 4. If we want to meet in the middle, do 4:30, but I wouldn't do any earlier than
Yeah,
5.
because I mean, the thing is, I agree, because we're not rubber stamping it at the budget.
No.
We're going to go through this thing. This is going to be hours long, and I see both points, and also see Ms. Graham's point that we're 11, 12 o'clock at night. Well, they're not going to they're going to leave at 9, so they're not going to hear everything. So they're going to miss. And I get getting the comment in there, but also that part, and our emails are here. You can email us, and we're going to voice your what you say, what you send to us, and we're here to listen to you. But it's not going to be a rubber stamp. We're not going to just say, "Oh, that's great, thanks, great, thanks." We're going to go line by line because there's things that we need to talk about, discuss, and where we're going to be. And I completely get everybody's wanting to be here for these and getting our constituents' opinions and getting what they want in these budgets. But it's not going to be 2-3 hours. It's just not going to be. So we're going to be here late. And the consolidating it, I like when we student days, and I understand the concern, but we have to go through this and not rubber stamp it. So it's not gonna be quick timing. It's
Well,
not gonna be short.
And I'm not saying I've never said or used the words rubber stamp. I'm saying we need to give them every opportunity to be here, and I don't think 5 o'clock is too late. I don't believe 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock is not gonna add 3 hours to this. It may add an hour, and it's gonna be up to us if we're here to 12 o'clock.
And see, that kind of gets into it, because at some time, we're kind of going at 9:30, 10, we're like, man, you know what, I'm okay with that, I'll push through that. But you're given, you know, just how it's gonna be, we're gonna get tired, and we're gonna be like, oh, well, okay, I'm not gonna make a big point about that when I just push through it. No, we need the time to go through this, and every bit of it, and we don't need to be, we need as much time as we can, and I get it, I understand, I completely do. And like I said, email us of all your concerns. We listened, we checked those emails, we looked at those emails, they're PIR, you can see that we're getting them and looking at it. And I get it and I understand public concerns. But to my council member and to Ms. Graham's part, to everybody's point, to kind of, we have to spend time on this, and we need time to do this, and they're gonna leave and not hear everything we're saying too.
I'm not saying anything about them leaving. I'm saying for them to come and voice their opinion. I've gotten phone calls about this. And the phone calls I'm getting, the times we're starting at 4 o'clock, 4:30, people are not happy with it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think 5 o'clock would be a median. I think what's 1 hour. We want to say when this budget's done, we've given the public every opportunity to show up and speak with no excuse. So I think if we could give another hour, of course, you know, staff time's a concern. We want to make sure that we're not running staff over. We want to see what that looks like, but overall, I think what's in an hour to say, hey, we give an hour for the citizens to show up and not only speak, but also hear the dialogue back and forth of, you know, what are we going to, you know, to get that. So, you know, an hour, in my opinion, you know, 5 o'clock, I think kind of splits the difference there, and but no later.
I'd like to call for a vote as the budget item is set, how the budget item is read. So it is to do the budget workshop at 4 o'clock.
I'm going to make a motion that we do the budget meeting at 5 o'clock. On what date is that?
That's going to be the 13th.
You have two.
We have two motions.
Oh,
No.
Did
you make a motion?
No, I called for a vote.
I made a motion to that we conduct the work session on August 13th at 5 o'clock.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Nay.
I'll make a motion, we have the budget work session on August 13th at 4 o'clock.
We also have the second on the 27th. Both need to be established, just FYI.
Okay.
So do you want to amend?
There's not a time on the 27th in here?
The second date is that you have two, the 13th, and just if necessary, the 27th. And that way, we can start publishing when we can put that out now that people know there are possible 2 dates that the budget would be discussed.
Okay.
Is that correct, Ms. McKenzie? Yeah. Two, okay.
I'll amend my motion to 2 budget work sessions, one on the 13th at 4 o'clock and one on the 27th, if needed.
If needed.
At 4 o'clock.
Okay. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay? Motion?
Nay.
Motion carries. On to 6A, Special District Budgets Fiscal Year 2026 through 2027. The public hearings today are being held for the purpose of giving all interested persons the right to express their views regarding the subject of the public hearings. Everyone desiring to be a part of today's hearing should have either signed the appropriate list in the foyer or emailed the city clerk prior to the posted time of this meeting. Each participant shall give his or her name and address in order to provide a proper record for the hearing. The rules allow each person 3 minutes to present information. However, I encourage everyone to be as brief and to the point as possible. If you are a group of persons wishing to address the council on the same subject, please select a spokesperson to present the information, and if anyone has any questions, please direct them to me. Conduct a public hearing concerning the Baytown Crime Control and Prevention District's fiscal year 2026-2027 proposed budget. It is now 7:17 p.m. and I call to order this public hearing concerning the Baytown Crime Control and Prevention District's fiscal year 2026-2027 proposed budget. I would like to ask staff to summarize the subject of this public hearing. Ms. McKenzie.
Mayor and Council, this budget remains the same as presented previously. There's $2.8 million for both revenue and expenditures, leaving a working balance of $463,938. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Mayor, can I go ahead and also recognize the chair of the CCPD, Mr. Nick Rice, and the work that he's put in and leading the team with that, and just say thank you and thank him for being here as well.
Yeah, thank you. Is anyone signed up to speak? Any questions or comments? There being no one desiring to speak, I now close this public hearing at 7:18 p.m. concerning the Baytown Crime Control and Prevention District fiscal year 2026-2027 proposed budget. Thank you, Ms. McKenzie. On to 6B, conduct a public hearing concerning the Baytown Fire Control, Prevention, and Emergency Medical Services District fiscal year 2026-2027 proposed budget. It is now 7:19 p.m. and I call to order this public hearing concerning the Baytown Fire Control, Prevention, and Emergency Medical Services District fiscal year 2026-2027 proposed budget. I'd like now to ask staff to summarize the subject of this public hearing. Ms. McKenzie.
This budget also remains the same. The revenue is $3.2 million, expenditures $4.1, leaving a working capital of $939,327. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
And I also want to recognize the Fire Control Board member that's here as well, Mr. Jamari. Thank you for being here and serving on Fire Control. Thank you.
Has anyone signed up to speak? Good deal. Any questions or comments? No. There being no one desiring to speak, I now close this public hearing at 7:20 p.m. concerning the Baytown Fire Control, Prevention, and Emergency Medical Services District fiscal year 2026-2027 proposed budget. Now we are on to 7A, consider a resolution authorizing a petition for the proposed voluntary annexation of approximately 60 acres of land located at 5359 East Grand Parkway South, Chambers County.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. For the record, Martin Scribner, Planning Development Services. This is the very first step in annexing a piece of property that you should be familiar with. This is the Bawa East, so that's the Baytown Area Water Authority East Plant property that is currently not in the city limits. So we are bringing it into the city limits. We did take this to the Bawa board last week for their approval, so we did get that. Again, this is just the first step in the process, and this meets all of the requirements for annexation. So we ask that you bless that and move it forward in the process.
Good deal. Any questions or comments? None at all? I need a motion. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Scribner. On to 8A, reports. Receive the 2026 certified ad valorem anticipated collection rate and the certified excess debt collections from the City of Baytown Tax Assessor Collector, Ms. McKenzie. Come on down.
Okay, Mayor and Council, every year is a part of our property tax rate calculation. The tax office has to calculate a debt collection rate for us that we will use in our property tax calculation, and that's what this rate is. It has to be certified. And so the rate that we're anticipating for the new year will be 102% of our debt service. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions or comments?
Do you like speaking to the council over and over?
Right. Yeah, she's smiling.
Oh, the fun for her is just beginning.
We enjoy it.
I know, that stare was.
You've grown since I've been here. You've gotten a lot better at it.
Thank you, sir.
Now we are on to consent agenda. We're going to pull C and we're going to push E. So I need a motion.
Motion to approve items 9A through P with pulling C and pushing E.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 9C, consider an ordinance to amend 70-6 for the purpose of clarifying that the discharging of a firearm, firecracker, rocket, torpedo, really?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Firework, air gun, BB gun, or slingshot, or an on or over a city park is prohibited. Mr. Scott Lamont.
Yes, Council, we are amending our ordinance related to parks, and as the mayor stated, this ordinance is to clarify that you may not discharge a firearm, firecracker, rocket, torpedo, firework, air gun, BB gun, or slingshot on or over a city park. We are also removing any reference to carrying those items.
So I can carry a torpedo. I was just going to ask the same
Yes, sir.
question.
So what is Dennis the Menace going to do?
He is not going to use his slingshot in our parks.
That's an old character. Jason.
Oh, that's right. Do you know who that is? I did. Okay, the cartoon or the show?
I'm.
Oh.
We just heard stories about him.
He doesn't know.
I've heard stories about him.
I'm sure Miss Sabrina does not.
Yes. You don't know who Dennis the Menace is?
Oh my God, we're revealing. Could y'all?
It was a cartoon
Wow.
strip.
No, it was a TV show.
And that too. I mean, it's been a lot of things, but.
I need a second.
Hold on, I want to make a statement before we pull it.
Oh, go ahead.
First of all, I just want to thank,
He's right over here.
what's that? I want to thank Joe Fallon. He was the one who initially brought this to the attention during his work on the Parks Board. This is really a repeal to get the city congruent on our constitutional carry and Second Amendment federal laws. And I really appreciate him working with staff and Chief Stringer to make sure there's no confusion, that anybody who uses our parks could use it knowing they can have the necessary tools to defend themselves if they were attacked. Because as we know, we're the first line of defense of our persons in those situations. So thank you, Mr. Fallon, and thank you for all the work you do on the Parks Board. And thank you staff for taking the time to repeal this for our citizens.
So I have a first and a second.
Second.
Okay, good
Second.
deal. All in favor?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, Mr. Fallon, come on up and speak. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost did. He started saying your name. I'm sorry. And you have Miss Sarah Fallon has ceded time to you, so you have a total of 6 minutes.
Awesome. I'll try not to take it all up. Good afternoon, council and staff. As you know, my name is Joseph Fallon. I'm at 170 North Burnett, Baytown, Texas. I know we had talked about this, but I'll give you a quick refresher course. It's specifically the ordinance that says you can't carry a firearm in the city parks, and that's just incoherent with state law. State law says that a municipality may not adopt or enforce regulations that relate to carrying a firearm, and it goes down here to also say that this does not, it does not affect the authority of a municipality has to regulate the carrying of an air gun, archery equipment, or firearm other than a handgun carried by a person not otherwise prohibited by law from carrying a handgun. A little bit of a mouthful, right? But what it's basically saying is that you can still regulate all this other stuff except the handgun. So that's basically constitutional carry. So thank you to Mr. Griffith, Chief Stringer, and Mr. Lemon for all their work on this. And that's it. I'll yield back the rest of my time.
Tell them again.
It's Lamont. Scott Lamont, attorney at law.
Lemon. Did the vote count? We're not. We pushed E. So that takes us to appointments. Consider the confirmation of the city manager's appointment of the director of health, Mr. Jason Reynolds.
Mayor and council, I'm going to be brief only because Sean doesn't want to be, he doesn't want the spotlight on him. He is a quiet leader, but he is a leader. And he has done one heck of a job stepping in after Tony's departure. And even before Tony's departure, he was really transforming the health department. And he has been instrumental into some of the success that you see now with the health department. I wouldn't say he's shy. He's actually quite funny. But he doesn't want to do all this. So I'm not going to call him up here. I'm not going to, unless you want to, Sean. That's up to you, but no pressure at all. We will do a small dance.
Oh, that's all it took?
He's going to kill me now. But you have been amazing, and I appreciate everything that you've done, and I enjoy talking about watches with you. So, yeah. But give it to Mr. Sean Cochran. He is amazing, and I welcome the confirmation of him as the health director.
That is his very proud mother standing and cheering for him, and his
awesome.
And his sister is also back there.
Yeah, we need a photo. You gotta get it. You gotta get it.
Okay, so before you do that,
He got all dressed
Hold
up.
on. We got a motion.
I am, but I have a comment. I actually have two comments.
Hold on.
I just want to say, Mr. Cochran, you're going to have a conversation with the city manager because he got you up here. I was not the one asking for you to come up here with your mother. That was Mrs. And I will say that in my agenda review with Jason, I asked the question because I wanted to hear it from him. I said, Jason, did we do a national search? And he said no. And I asked, why not? He said, because we have the right person here. There was no need to do so. So you have the confidence of everyone in here today because city manager and we all agree we knew we have the right person here. Yes.
And Sean, the first time I met Sean was actually in the back kitchen helping people, feeding people in this community. So he is involved in this community. He's directing everybody. He was the sous chef back there. It was, yes, sir. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. So I appreciate even the service you do for this community, not just in the health department. So thank you. Yes, sous chef.
So,
I would like to make
Mhm.
a motion to confirm.
Yeah. We're gonna confirm you real quick, Sean.
We gotta confirm you real quick. We gotta make a motion to confirm you.
We don't know if we're
You're
gonna
not
vote you
official
in yet. We don't know yet.
We're still thinking.
You're not official yet.
No pressure.
all in favor? We have
No, we
There's
need
a
a,
motion. There's
I
not a
made the motion, we need a second.
Second.
Mr. Pa- Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Yeah, I don't wanna photobomb us. I don't wanna photobomb him with his mom. Oh, we are.
You got the full council now coming down. Okay, while they're coming, stand right underneath the microphone. That's the magic spot. Because of the light. That's how you know. Oh, wow. That's how you know. Go ahead.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. We have a great crowd. I'm proud of you. Thank you so very much.
You got a good one.
Thank you.
You're good. I only got the judge, so. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
right.
Thank
He's an
you.
RI guy, so.
I'm proud.
You did.
Congratulations. Sorry I made you come up here.
No, that's
Thank you. Thank you.
We're
Proud
gonna
of you.
let that
Yes,
pass.
I'm very proud of you. Please come cheer a mosquito in my house. No.
Oh, yes. Yeah. All right, everybody get together like you like. Yes, that's right. Yes.
You got how to stop it.
All right.
Sister? We have a sister.
I was gonna wait till everybody sat
Yeah,
down
sister,
and then call
yeah.
her up to do this one time.
That's
Remember that part about we weren't going to do all this? Remember?
This is a big
We had
sister.
other plans.
Come on.
We did. Okay, here we go. Big smiles. One. All right, one more. Hang on. Okay.
Jason, did you get the streamers ordered?
Yeah, I got the streamers. Some fireworks.
Thank you. Thank you very
I got the torpedoes that can fly over.
So proud.
Just said in or over.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They weren't interrupting anyone. They weren't interrupting anyone the other day.
I think you're making some false claims.
No.
We have to talk. We need to talk about this over here. Can we do that?
We'll do that. We'll do that. Now we are on to 10B. Consider a resolution authorizing one appointment to the Baytown Area Water Authority. The one current position for this consideration is Lecia Robinson. She submitted an application, and I need a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I got an opportunity to call Ms. Robinson. Of course, my last appointment, he couldn't, I guess after he talked to his wife, which most people do, they make decisions without talking to their wives, he got vetoed. So I call Ms. Robinson. She said she's happy to serve. She's lived in Baytown for well over 40 years. She's retired in billing and coding, so she's really good at looking at numbers. So she's excited about serving. She can serve. She'll be available. So I'd like to nominate Lecia Robinson for BAWA.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I'm going to consider a resolution authorizing 7 appointments to the 2025 Bond Oversight Committee. And we're going to receive nominations in order, starting with D1. Ms. Laura Alvarado.
Thank you, Mayor. I actually spoke to both of my potential nominees. One of them thanked city staff and all of us for the opportunity to serve on the actual bond committee, but he decided he would not be on the oversight committee, And when I called Miss Barbara, she was an enthusiastic yes, because I wanted to talk to both of them before I made a decision. And so I would like to nominate Miss Barbara Hinojosa, which would give a little bit of continuity with the original bond committee.
Excellent.
I'm going to be nominating Marga Matthews from D2. She has served this community in many capacities. She always does a great job of researching and getting all the details. I really trust her to join the rest of the people that are nominated to serve our community in this very important capacity. And she's here in the audience. I'm glad she was able to make it tonight. So Marga Matthews is who I am asking to serve again.
My nominees, one of them is having health issues, and the other one declined to be on the bond oversight. So I don't really have anybody as of now. But if
Okay.
we need any extra ones, I can make some phone calls. But if we find any extra ones,
And I think we decided these were
No,
at large
they're
as
at large.
well.
It's all at large.
Mhm.
So
Yes, sir.
So, mine, one is deciding to bring a human being into this life, so she's gonna be a little busy. So she's due here in the next month or so. So, and I spoke with Sergio, and Sergio has really kind of stepped up and is starting to enjoy doing these little things for the community. And I think he's going to be someone that's really going to be a great person in the future. That's going to do a lot for this community. So, I'm going to be going with Sergio Mendoza.
All right. Spoke to Mr. Santana and Roper, and Gilbert really appreciate his leading in the bond committee. But he actually said he really thinks John would be a good addition to the oversight committee, and he was happy to accept. I spoke to him, so I'm going to nominate Mr. John Roper.
Good deal. And I'm going to nominate, I spoke to my committee members also, and Crispina Powell was very, very excited to continue serving, and so I'm going to nominate Ms. Crispina Powell. And yeah, 6, Mike will be selecting Mr. Keith Coburn. So that makes us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And
I'll go ahead and nominate Ken Martin if he's. Well, let me make some calls.
Okay, yeah.
And then can we revisit?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let me do that.
So what we can
I
do,
need
we
to find
can,
out who's.
I need a nomination for all those picked now, and then we can always come back and do that one at a later date.
Right.
Yes.
A motion for item 10C for Crispina Powell, Barbara Hinojosa, Marga Matthews, Sergio Mendoza, John Roper, and Keith Coburn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consider a resolution nominating a representative to serve on the Board of Directors for the Chambers County Appraisal District. Mr. Scott Lamont.
Council, we received notice from the Chambers County Appraisal District that one of the directors has resigned from the board effective June 18th, 2026. We are allowed to submit a name to replace Mr. John, is it Eilis? The resigning member.
Good deal. I need a motion.
I mean, we have to nominate a person. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said.
No, there's a resignation,
Oh, okay,
and we are allowed to nominate someone.
So it says it's been 45 days after notification. So we received that notice on July 1st, and so we have until August
13th,
14th.
14th or 15th?
Yeah.
15th.
So we have like till August 14th to make that.
Yes, so if the will of council is to take no action tonight, we can bring this back to you at another time.
Let's just take no action, but we can all reach out to anyone we know in Chambers County, see if anyone's interested.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we will bring this back to you at another date.
Okay. Manager's report.
All right, Mayor and Council, I'd like to begin Mr. Miller here. He likes to compete for the biggest mustache, and that plaque. No, I'm just kidding. Division Chief James Miller completed his bachelor's degree in Fire and Emergency Services Administration from Texas A&M University in San Antonio. So congratulations, Chief Miller, and keep up the great work. I don't see him here tonight. No? Okay. But the other firefighters in here don't have the mustaches. No? Oh, did he shave it? Okay. All right. Economic Development and Planning Development Services recently hosted a development process workshop at Lee College in partnership with Small Business Administration. Staff presented an overview of departmental roles, demonstrated how to use the online GIS, explained how to navigate the code, and walked attendees through the permitting process with additional support from subject matter experts in public works and engineering, fire, and health. The workshop drew a strong turnout of roughly 25 to 30 attendees, and a big thank you to everyone who contributed to making this workshop a success. And happy to do it, and I really appreciate them as part of a new effort to really reach out to our small business and see what the city can do to help through a lot of processes. I know I've heard it from council, I've heard it from some business owners, and we are trying to make a concerted effort to reach out to them. So thank you to everyone involved. Community Development has completed the application period for the New Year and New Shoes program, approving 122 families representing 287 qualifying students who will use their $50 shoe credit during designated shopping days at Famous Footwear. They are also preparing for the city's annual back-to-school fair on August 8th at the Baytown Community Center, where Goose Creek Consolidated ISD students will receive a new backpack filled with school supplies. This fair is fully funded through sponsorships and will offer additional on-site resources such as child IDs, free health screenings, laptop giveaways, and other community services. So thank you to everyone involved for all your hard work. And I don't see Sharon here. Thank you to everybody that has been involved. I do want to say with the backpack, I was in Mr. Scribner's office today, and happy to say that Sharon, Stephanie, and Monica continue to do amazing outreach to raise money. And if I'm missing anybody, Martin, yell out their name. Okay. They continue to do amazing outreach to raise money for this program. And they have raised $15,000, more than $15,000 for this program, surpassing their goal of last year by $2,000. And so this is pretty amazing of the work that they do. And then this doesn't even include the time that they put into these programs. So I just want to say thank you for the continued effort of what they're contributing to Baytown. Moving on, the City of Baytown's Youth Summer Track Program recently competed in the Texas Amateur Athletic Federation Track and Field Meet, which brings together qualifying athletes from communities across Texas. This summer, 20 Baytown athletes qualified for the Taft Regional Track and Field Meet. From that group, 10 athletes advanced to the Taft State Track and Field Meet, which will be held July 30th through August 2nd at Merrill Green Stadium in Bryan, Texas. There, they will represent Baytown against the top youth track and field athletes from across the state. Qualifying 10 athletes for the state championship is a great accomplishment for the program and ensures Baytown will be well represented at one of the Texas premier youth track and field competitions. So great stuff. Happy to see that. And again, great photos. Love it. All right. Lastly, I'd like to highlight our police department for the following items. The crime prevention, no, excuse me. No, that's the first one. Okay. The crime prevention unit, along with precinct 2 deputies, legally evicted and trespassed all residents from an apartment that were not only harboring. Please don't pay attention to the kids while I'm reading this. This is for the first photo. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you got kids everywhere.
Come on now.
All right. They did not evict kids. Y'all did not evict kids. All right.
They're just going to scribble over them? Really? You're just going to scribble over the kids now? Just scribble over the kids. Wow. Wow. Just take it off the screen for now.
They evicted. Okay, wait. Let's recognize the work they did. They evicted, legally evicted and trespassed all residents from an apartment that was not only harboring an aggressive robbery offender, but also generating a high number of criminal activity calls within a single month. If you had a problem with a problem apartment in your zone, we can activate their criminal activity lease addendum to help expedite tenant removal.
Good. So the kids were protected.
The kids were protected,
not
yes.
evicted. Okay, got it. Context is everything.
Now, look at these great kids on the screen. All right.
They're happy because they're safe.
Yeah. Good job.
A group of young ladies were recently out selling lemonade to earn money for Pirates Bay tickets, and officers took the time to stop by, support their efforts, and even share the information with their teams to help spread the word. It's a great example of how their departments continue to build relationships and show up for our community. And John, how do y'all build relationships in a community?
5 minutes at a time.
There you go, sir. And this has turned out to be a collaboration along with other departments, and they were trying to raise money to go to Pirates Bay. John worked with Cliff, and Cliff worked with P23, and doing different things to help continue recognize these people, what the efforts that they're doing. And, you know, the Parks Department does an amazing job also building relationships in the community. And it's great with y'all working together. Yes, sir.
I can't take credit for that. I asked Lieutenant Hinojosa to work with Parks and Rec and work with Cliff. So he is actually the one who made that collaboration happen. So it was our whole team, but I can't take credit for actually doing that, sir.
Yes, sir. Just want to recognize and thank Cliff as well, and the work that y'all are doing, collaborating to help take care of our Baytown residents and build relationships 5 minutes at a time. And then finally, to embarrass John, I also want to give out to our chief, John Stringer. He participates in a committee, on a national committee with the International Association of Chiefs of Police, and he contributed significantly on a white paper focused on community planning. This white paper reflects his experiences here in Baytown and goes beyond just Baytown or even Texas. Representatives from around the nation and across the globe are learning about Baytown. So thank you for sharing your expertise and sharing the great work our police department is doing. And one of those examples is that some of the things that John was exhibiting at the conference and with his peers in his committee work were actually taken by the chief of police from Chicago to see how they can implement some of those activities that we are doing here, to see if they can implement them in Chicago. So thank you, John, for the work that you do as well. And to close out the report, we have a small video that was sent to us today of the work being done at San Jacinto Marketplace, and y'all can see that. I'll add some commentary as it goes. So what you'll see is a bunch of warehouses, and these
Are you
warehouses
serious? Come on, man.
are for people to buy
No.
stuff. No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sam says they're Sam's Warehouse.
Yeah, they do. Wow. Feels like a dream.
That's made out of concrete, guys. Who got it? Who had it? Who got bingo?
It's come a long way.
Yeah. Can we play some Hells Bells? That's a nice Texas
Are they
Roadhouse.
still doing the green space out there?
Yes. So right here, what we're coming across, this will be Pelican Green. It will be one of the last spots that's built out.
That's a big
Pelican football field.
No, the median, the green space, that's
It's where the water is.
yeah.
The lake.
torpedoes.
Perfect for
They can
egrets.
use torpedoes there. They can go under the lake.
Perfect for egrets.
That's right, yeah, perfect for egrets. Our bird. Well, pretty soon it'll be filled up.
So it's coming along, Mayor and Council, citizens. It's looking fantastic. They still plan to open the larger portion that you're seeing on the screen by the end of this year. We fully expect this to be fully ongoing probably by the end of November, early December. Pelican Green will be following the marshy area that you saw. Pelican Green will be following after they get this portion opened up. And then we should have Lone Star connecting from Garth to San Jacinto Boulevard as well. And it's looking fantastic. Once this is complete, they will come back to the city council for the phase 2 recommendation.
Good deal.
That means if they're gonna open at the end of this year, this space, that means that they're gonna be actively hiring very soon.
They probably already are.
I've already seen stuff for
Well,
some.
I know. Have you?
Yeah.
Some places
Local
are just
job
moving
fairs.
staff from one place to another, though. In some locations, just moving staff, they're not rehiring in 2 buildings.
Well, they might still hire.
I'm still sore about it. I'm not gonna stop.
They probably move staff to retrain.
Looks good.
Okay, now we will have council member district report from council member District 1, Lower Alvarado.
Thank you, Mayor. So there's just some business as usual, and then just keeping up with the development that's been happening in District 1. Obviously, our big new fire station, Station 2, is on track for their replacement. The Bay Area Homeless Services new building is continuing to move along, and I think it's going to be really nice once it's finished. St. Joseph Church finally got all of their permits and getting ready for their remodel and restoration of the church at 1907 Carolina Street, and they're wanting to do also some historical designations for the church as well, so that'll be great. The Baytown Primary Medical Tower, which is a remodel of the public serving areas at 2808 Garth Road. Rolling Brook Center is just a shell right now. They're a shell building permit at 1901 Rolling Brook Drive, which is Building A. Mount Calvary Missionary Baptist Church is looking really good. So they're just about done. They put in some new windows recently. And so they'll have a new worship space, and that's out in Central Heights at 501 South Atlantic Drive. And then the City of Baytown Traffic Control Building is getting their shell building permit and remodel at 2123 Market Street. Utility crews are currently working on replacing the water line along West Texas Avenue from Goose Creek Trail to Market Street, along with lateral connections on West Sterling Avenue and Price Street. So there's also a short replacement segment along West Deafy Street from Decker to Freeman Street. Obviously, our community center continues to keep busy with different programming. So you can now learn to sew with Leslie. Is it you? She's still here. Learn to Sew with Leslie is a new 4-week hands-on beginner sewing course where participants will learn how to use a sewing machine, basic techniques, pattern readings, and will complete several projects. So those will start in September, and they'll meet on Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. And then they're also launching a community jazz ensemble. So if you're into jazz, there'll be a free program offered to residents of all ages who want to continue developing their musical talents. While anyone is welcome, the ensemble is specially intended to support students at school without band or orchestra program. It's inspired by 2 local students seeking more opportunities for young musicians, and rehearsals will be held Tuesday evenings from 6 to 8 p.m. beginning September the 15th. I do want to once again acknowledge the amazing job that our city clerk's office did for the boards and commissions appreciation the other night. We had a really great turnout. We had some musicians up there singing as well, some of our council members who got the mic. But I really want to appreciate everyone who came out. I know others who couldn't come out for one reason or another. I know there's lots of conflicts. Can't get everybody all at once. And there was a key group also that was working. Our planning and zoning could not join us because they had a meeting that night. That was actually rescheduled because of a previous conflict. And so it kind of ran up against our event. But this is the second year that we host this, and just thank you again for the work that y'all did, and I hope to see this continue year after year. So thank you so much. And then, of course, we have to give a shout out to Mike Lester, our colleague who is not here this evening. I know Jason mentioned it as well. 1776 is going to go online starting tomorrow. And so if you haven't had a chance to buy your tickets, please do so. It'll be at the Lee College Performing Arts Center. It's going to be an amazing performance. And so I think they start at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And I know there are still seats available because I was looking on there to see where I want to sit. And then I do also want to give a shout out to Communities in School who's partnering with the City of Baytown for the Back to School Drive on the 8th. So I don't want to forget them. And then lastly, well, two more things, excuse me. I had a really great call with a constituent who wanted to give kudos to Jason and the way that budget has been presented at our different workshops and felt that it was very well laid out and felt that it was easy to understand and it was refreshing to hear. And so I just wanted to make sure that you were acknowledged for not just your work, for the staff who put a lot of hours into preparing this budget for making it a big, beautiful presentation. So thank you all so much for that. And lastly, I know this is a little ways out, but Councilmember Graham and I had an opportunity to participate in a community emergency response class. And so our Emergency Operations Center is getting ready to roll theirs out. And it's going to be, usually it's on Thursdays and you go through this 8-week class and it's hard on folks to keep up because you can't miss more than I think 3 or 4. So they are rolling out with some Saturday sessions and you'll be there all day for 3 sessions to get it out. And so really what the class is about arming yourself with information on how to keep yourself safe, keep your family safe during any crisis, not just natural disasters. And, you know, it was amazing to go through it and to understand that, you know, hey, yes, you will have that opportunity if someone is in crisis that you can go and help. But first and foremost, it's you and your family. And to ensure that you and your family are safe, kind of like when you're in an airplane and they tell you to put your mask on first. And so please, it is on social media to the fire department. So please make sure you take a look at that, sign up, because these are very valuable classes. You get a certification from the Department of Homeland, I believe. And it's good, I think, for 3 years. Free. They are free. Thank you, Councilmember Graham. So these are completely free, and so I just encourage you all to participate.
What age groups is it?
Yes. So these, we had some high school students participating. Yeah, Sarah took her son, and so there were some other teenagers there as well. Anything younger than I think 15, it might be a little difficult because we did go through fire safety with the fire extinguishers, and it was real fire that we had to put out. And then search and rescue, yeah, that was something. But I just encourage everyone to participate. And so the dates for the classes are Saturday, September 19th. September 26th and October the 3rd, and they run from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I'm sorry I didn't capture the location on here, but just look that up on social media and hope that many of you participate. As a graduate of this program, you then get to go out and help new classes, and especially when it comes to search and rescue, you could be playing a victim. And then also they're utilized in major sports where they need crowd control and stuff like that. You can help with that as well. So plethora of things that you can do with your certification. But that's all I have tonight. Thank you for indulging me.
Thank you. I'm going to take some time and read the last week of the library, but before I do that, I just want to say something about Jacob Powell. He announced that he's not seeking re-election. And the paper actually called and asked me for comments, but I was on vacation and with a 7-hour time difference, and I do want to take some time to share with you here what I was going to say in the paper. I was going to say thank you for the years that you've dedicated to our city. Thank you for the time, like I said, for the volunteers on, that was Tuesday night, Wednesday night? Tuesday night. The one thing that you cannot get back is your time. You can spill a glass of water, pour more water, you can waste money, you can earn more dollars. The one thing you cannot get back once it's gone is your time. And you've spent, what, 6 years? 6 years of your time. I'm not good at math. I can't calculate it. Maybe Ms. McKenzie can help me with that. But thank you for the time that you've given to our city. I would like to also say thank you to your wife and your children for allowing you the opportunity to serve. And I wish you the best. As Dr. Spock would say, go forth and prosper. Keep doing what you're doing. I know that you're going to continue to be available to our community. You're going to serve in one form or another. But I just want to reiterate genuinely for me, thank you. I was able to see you from the time that you were sworn in and how you grew as a council member when I was on council. When I was off of council, I got to watch you from afar, hear what people were saying about you, and then to be back on council and to see how much you've grown and how thoughtful you are, I can appreciate what you've brought to this dais. So thank you. Thank you. Now, what you all have been waiting for. And we actually found out in work session that numbers are up for the summer. And the one thing that's changed is what? Reading what's going on.
Ken got a library card.
I thought we were past that. You gotta
No, that's why numbers went up. That's why numbers went up.
So,
good job, Laura.
On Friday, tomorrow the 24th, there is nothing going on, so I'm going to ask everyone under who's within the hearing of my voice, the sound of my voice, go check out 1776 and check out Mr. Hollywood, that's his new nickname, Mike Lester, and the production of 1776 on Friday night, since there's nothing going on at the library. And then on Monday, 10:30 a.m. is going to be baby time. 2 p.m., tween, beaded, pen, craft. On Tuesday, the 28th, 10:30 a.m., pre-K story time. Wednesday, the 29th, 10:30 a.m., end of summer foam party. That sounds like a lot of fun. Is there an age limit on that? So we can, Ken and I can show up, and Graham and Alvarado, Jacob. Phone party?
Phone party. Bring the kids.
He said okay. We got him on record. Franco, you're coming?
What is it?
It's on Wednesday, the 29th.
What are we doing?
It's a phone party.
What time?
I love me a good phone party.
What time?
Okay. It's at 10:30 a.m. Show up and find out. Thursday, the 30th. 10:30 and 11:30 a.m. toddler time. And on the 31st, next Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Teen Takeover Survivor Edition. And that's when the summer reading program is going to come to an end. So visit our library. It's the greatest library in Baytown. I'm going to say it's the greatest library in Harris County, in the U.S., and on the face of this earth. Please go out and support our library. How many in the audience has a library card? Raise your hand. How many do not have a library card? I see Mr.
Is that what we have to do?
Right?
Thank you to those that
So,
do.
thank you to those that have a library card. If you do not have a library card, Ken, how long does it take to get a library card?
Don't take long at all. 5 minutes tops.
5 minutes tops. Take 5 minutes out of your day and receive a library card. Check out a book, and if you have time to attend that 10:30 a.m. phone party, show up to that phone party. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, we are going to recess into executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.077 to seek the advice of the city attorney. Or for the more, 3 pieces for more for work. You're not supposed to be in the candy drawer, but you're gonna get 3 pieces of that.
Those kind of moments are so
Taco
important.
salad. It's salad, right?
I now reconvene our open meeting of the Baytown City Council at 9:03 p.m. and announce that in accordance with Texas Government Code Section 551.102 of the Texas Government Code, no action was taken in executive session. Having exhausted everything on this agenda, I now adjourn this meeting at 9:04 p.m.
People just don't know all there is to know about Goose Creek Schools.
This district is the district with giants.
Football.
Be focused
And let's get after it. Volleyball. Band. Dance teams. Drill teams. We even have therapy dogs.
Going to Goose Creek Schools is preparing me for my future.
Goose Creek is amazing. Goose Creek is phenomenal.
This district truly prepares kids to succeed.
Hello, Miss Adair. How are you? How are you today? Passionate educators who live for this.
I know this is crazy, but my favorite class is math.
Here we have a health science academy with experienced instructors which provides clinical rotations in our local hospitals. This is hands-on, brains-on learning.
Why is Goose Creek competitive with any other school district? How is it not?
Goose Creek provides college readiness for all.
Goose Creek Schools develop the whole child.
The intellectual, the social, and emotional well-being of every child.
I love being a part of Goose Creek.
Goose Creek.
Here,
We grow giants.
and that's pretty cool.
Get your tickets today. Pirates Bay.